Alright, you guys, doing a little special recording today on a stock that I traded this morning. It was the ticker symbol NNDM, and the way I found this one was it was on my scanner, my penny stock scanner. This one was up about 125% on the day. The volume was gigantic. At the time, it was about 75 million shares traded. This stock usually trades a lot less than that, probably not even like 100,000, 300,000 shares a day. So when I saw that, it alerted me like, okay, something big must be going on with this one. And so I took a look at the news, and it said that this stock, Nano Dimension, has after share skyrocket 189% after achieving breakthrough in electronics 3D printing. Okay, and I took a look at it, and they're able to print out 3D print circuit boards. For the longest time, that's been very difficult to do and very expensive, and these guys have been able to achieve that. So apparently this is big news in the computer world, so I don't really care the significance of it. All I care about is price action. Now, when I saw it, it was about 8 o'clock, and it looked like this. Okay, this is the pattern that I always trade. It's called the ABCD pattern, and I talk about this all the time, where you have a huge run up, a bit of a sell off, and then you have a little curl that goes back up. I was texting my friends, and I was letting them know that, hey, this one is a day trade, a good day trade. You may want to take a look at this. And as the day went on, it hit the high, the previous high. So in the ABCD pattern, you want the big run up, the sell off, the curl back up, and then when it breaks the previous high, you buy in preparation for this breakout. Okay, so it did break out over 155. It took about 1,000 shares, and then I sold it fairly quickly when it started to retrace like this, like that. So I took it off. Okay, and I thought, hey, this is done. There might be more potential. We'll see. So I left it alone for about an hour, and then I saw that it was hanging out here, in the 160. So you know what? Let me take it, because again, this is the ABCD pattern. There's a run up, sell off, higher lows, and it breaks above the previous high. So I took it again, and then it goes up to $2. So here I sell it, right? It's like, how do you know when to enter and exit? Okay, so this video, I'm going to show you what you need to look for in order to exit a trade. The biggest thing to look for is volume, huge volume, and a very steep spike. That is a signal for you to exit a trade. That means that people who are shorting this stock are exiting. They're buying to cover at any price possible. It doesn't matter what the price is. They just want to get out before they lose more money, right? So that's kind of like artificial buying. It's not real people wanting to own the stock. It's just short sellers covering in panic. Okay, so this is panic right here. This is where you want to get out, because it's just short sellers covering because they're panicking. Okay, so that's where you want to get out, because after the panic is done, there's nobody left to buy the stock afterwards. So if you buy it up here at the top, you're going to wonder why it's dropping, because there's nobody buying. It was just a short seller trying to escape. Okay, so here it held, right? I guess people got excited, and it held, right? And it continued to trend higher. So I left this alone, because I think that this is just panic buying, right? And then what happens? It keeps going up like a madman. So this stock was crazy. I actually took it here at about $3 a share, because again, it's the ABCD pattern. Like, I'm just gonna play the momentum now. Okay, so I'm just gonna buy this with a risk at the dip. Okay, you buy it here, you have a small risk. If it gets down there, you sell it. All right, so it continued, and then it finally sold off. Okay, so I sold it on the breakout. um, Breakout over here, you sell it, right? You sell it on this. Okay, um, and then coming towards the close, I left it alone for the rest of the day, and then here so it just went sideways for the rest of the day, and then I bought it here at the close at 335, because this is what it looked like at the close. Okay, it's an even bigger ABCD pattern. You have the huge run up, the sell off, and then you have the curl back up, you have a higher low, and then you want to buy it in anticipation of the breakout above this high right here, $4. Okay, so I bought it right here because you have this breakout, mini breakout. People might get excited over here, and then you have this. So once it breaks this and shoots up, you want to sell, maybe sell half, right, to lock in your profit, and then you keep the other half at break even at where you bought it. Okay, so if it ever like breaks out and it comes down, at least you took half profits. Now, so I left it alone, I didn't look at it, and then it shoots up, right? And I'm thinking, okay, so I added more on the breakout, right? So you sell here. So for this one, I had a feeling this might be a multi-day runner. Okay, that's why I added, because this run up is so huge, so strong. People on Twitter are excited about this, right? So when this broke out, I only bought 100 shares right here, right? So when this broke out, I bought another 100 shares at $4, right? And then it was holding pretty well, so I just said, you know what, let me just go full 1,000. So I added 1,000. Okay, I left it alone, and then not even so in an hour later, I see it like this. It's like, oh, okay, you know, this thing doesn't want to stop. So at 470, I sold half, like you're supposed to, right? The ABCD pattern again, boom, you know, spike, dip, higher low, anticipation of breakout, get the breakout, you sell half. So that's what I did. I sold half, and then it just kept going. You know, this is crazy. So right now it's at $6, and I sold the last half here because if I keep my shares overnight, I'm not going to be able to sleep. You know, I'm going to be worried this thing could gap down, and go back down past, you know, where I bought it, and I'm going to lose all the profits I made. The company could announce a stock offering and dilute the shareholders, and that will just automatically tank the stock in the morning. So you don't know. So on the flip side, this could gap up and go to $9, $10 tomorrow. I don't know, right? But you want to lock in your profits. So this is the pattern I always play. It's the huge run up, the dip, the higher low. You buy in anticipation of the breakout, and then it goes, right? This is the one pattern that you should trade at all the time, okay? Because it works, especially when the volume is great and the hype is real. Okay, so tomorrow I will most likely play this. We now have support and resistance levels. So this was a resistance. So tomorrow this is going to act as support. So see how this was like bouncing on that line, and it couldn't get above it until once it did, it started running. So this is resistance. So when this comes back down, it's going to bounce off of this and maybe like head back up. We don't know. Okay, but anyway, we have defined parameters. So this is you know, the runner for the week. This is this made my entire month actually. So if you guys want to be a part of my weekly emails, just let me know, send me a message. I'll add you to my weekly emails. I do YouTube videos once a week. This was a special video, and I'm gonna start a Discord server where I'm gonna invite people to come in and you can. I'm gonna share my screen so that you can actually see what I'm doing live. If I'm gonna take a trade, you're gonna see that. Once I click the button, you're gonna see all of that. So, if you guys are interested, just shoot me a message and let me know, and I'll add you guys. But yeah, I mean, this was a perfect trade. Major resistance is at $12 a share. That's right there. Major resistance is at 12. That's the next major resistance. So we got some room to run tomorrow. So we'll see if it gets there. If not, maybe this just comes back down as it's a dead play. So who knows? All right, that's it. Let me know if you have any questions. Thanks.